My concern is we turn around and play another ball game on Thursday next week, so it's a short week for us. It's going to be a short week anyway, but now it's going to be a shorter week. But I feel it's important that we play this game to see where we are.
Night as their game with San Benito was postponed today. Now he's got another game at home on Thursday, but it was important to him to get it in. And with that, we start our Coach's Corner segment with Coach Bruce Bush, former coach at PSJ North, PSJA, Donna, and a recent inductee into the Texas High School Coaches Association Hall of Honor. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Thank you, Clay. I'm glad to be here.
Well, let's ask you about that short week thing. How important was it for McCall Memorial to get that game in, even though it meant they had to turn right around and play a game on Thursday?
I think Coach Littleton, he's one of the last of the old tough guys like I am. We hate to miss ball games, and Bill talks about the routine and being able to keep momentum, and playing a ball game is very, very important, especially early in the season like this. And he said he wanted to kind of gauge where they are by playing a good team like San Benito, and so he certainly knows where they are, and they're certainly rolling right now. The short week will be tough for him to play a Saturday night ball game and turn around and play on Thursday. I know certainly we have to do that a few times over the years, but he'll have them ready to go.
Coach, your thoughts on his tailback? We talked about what the coach's worries are when you see a Trevor Spates out there carrying the ball 34 times. Your thoughts on Trevor Spates? Trevor's
certainly a great running back, and certainly when I played against him my last year at PSG North, he was a freshman and was obviously outstanding as a freshman. Now he's matured. He's 205 pounds. He's gained confidence. He's gained experience. He's certainly an outstanding running back, and he's on track to set a lot of records this year.
I said before that freshman year he was going to be the greatest ever, and they gave me grief early on. Now, Coach, you got a former assistant coach of yours over at Hidalgo. Talk a little bit about him.
Coach Duty is a great coach. He certainly paid his dues as an assistant coach. He worked for a lot of real successful coaches with Jorge Pena when he started out at Rio Grande City, with Joe Sanchez in his years at PSJ Memorial. Working with me, I think he learned a lot about organization. And David, the most importantly, is a player's coach. The players like him. The reason I hired David was because he was so popular with the players, so popular with the kids. And I certainly think he's going to be a successful coach. And may take a little time to get things going, but he's certainly doing a great job.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about the situation at San Antonio. John Jay going up to Marble Falls this past week, the week past, I should say, and the two guys who basically went out and struck down the referee there in the backfield. There's still a lot of investigation going on that, but something Gil Garza said. Gil Garza, who you, of course, coached against, I should say, who coached down here in the Valley for such a long time before going up to San Antonio. Now he's in Dallas. He had a lot to say about the program and what he thought was a problem with John Jay, that it comes from the coaches. They've got an attitude. He saw other things besides just the referee hit. How much influence does a coach have on his team? How much should he have? How much should a coach be blamed maybe for anything like this that happens?
Well, I think, first of all, Clay, it's a very unfortunate situation, and I think the UIL, I saw a tweet from them yesterday that there's a full investigation going on into exactly what happened on the sideline and during the ball game. Of course, everyone has seen the video, and it's very unfortunate for the officials, and I think respect for the officials is very important. I've always told my assistant coaches that we don't want to walk up and down the sideline hollering at coaches, because the players will take on the same personality as the coach. If a coach is walking up and down the sideline hollering at kids, hollering at the officials, then the kids will be doing the same thing. So I think the coaches have a great influence on the way that officials are treated, and I think the investigation will certainly lead to what actually happened, and those things will be handled.
Coach Bruce Bush, also the National Football Foundation Executive Director for the chapter here in the Rio Grande Valley. And we'll be talking about a lot of that coming up this season as he's going to join us on Sundays. Coach, thanks so much. We are coming right back on Sunday Sports Extra. We're going to talk a little 32-5A and some new stadium. It's all next.